Traders, I am Stephen Davis, Senior Market Strategist, RJO Futures. Friday morning here to talk to you about the grain market. Okay, the corn market. You can see our first chart of corn. We've got some pretty good strength this week, mainly due on weather. I remember I said at the end of April you want to see 35–40% of the corn crop planted. Well, we're not there. We're getting a slow start to planting. A lot of corn I'm hearing getting planted at the end of this week, so we're behind a little bit, but that's known, and we'll move forward here. Three things really positive about our corn market. Number one, our gigantic livestock herd. Number two, a healthy ethanol industry. And number three, corn exports have been very good. So now lately you've got dryness in Brazil, a big their second corn crop going on over there. So there's a little bit of strength coming from the weather in Brazil on their corn production. So, you know, the big fundamental is how many acres and how our growing season's going to go this summer. So we'll know more about that. The bulls and the bears in here not really getting a lot of traction. It seems like this is going to stay this way until we get into the summer growing season. Again, exports really, really good. The trade delegates are heading over to China next week, led by our U.S. Some of the bigwigs, the VIPs of President Trump. So we'll get some headlines out of China in that visit. Always big for all the commodities, corn and soybeans in particular. Okay, the soybean market, you can see the next chart, soybeans up into some pretty good strength here this week. I'm just rounding this off, but the figures out of the month of March, China, U.S. purchases of soybeans were down 30%. China's purchases from Brazil were up 30%. So, you know, we got to be careful about this type of trade restriction here. I want to caution everyone, the Chinese have been negotiating with leaders for centuries, some more powerful than our president. So I think China, at the end of the day, food security is really, really important, and they're going to need our U.S. soybeans. So this rhetoric back and forth is not good here. You can see the chart of soybeans that we just showed you, that island bottom a couple of weeks ago off the trade restrictions announcements out of China. So it seems like when these markets do break, it's a buying opportunity, and that buying opportunity for end users. So I'd be cautious to everybody, when the markets are down, don't be sellers. And then lastly here, the wheat market. You can see the chart of wheat, similar to corn, in very good support here. There is some talk now that world wheat production is slipping here. We've got some weather concerns in Australia. So, you know, in our great country, hardwood winter acres are at 100-year lows. So this is how bull markets start. And again, I think when wheat sells off, it's a buying opportunity for end users. And then just one little topic about money flow here. You're starting to hear talk of money coming out of the stock market, going into commodities, and you don't see corn, for example, on front pages of the financial newspapers of the world, but I think someday that is coming. Everybody have an excellent weekend.